Hi there, Teacher Kaye is back. How are you? Did you have a good week? That's good to hear. I did too. Well, today I'm going to show you a very important and a very interesting topic. Let me ask you, do you like collecting dolls? That's good. But you can say, yes, I do, instead of just yes. That will give you a complete sentence. Now, since you like dolls, I will show you something. Okay, look at this. Now, this is what you called a nesting doll. A nesting doll which is originally from Russia. Now, these dolls used to be very popular. Imagine, each of these dolls contains one inside. Or let's say they are one inside another. So let's say this big one, if you open it, it will show you this one. If you open this one, it will show you the next smaller size, and then the next one, and then the next one. So it's like 5 different dolls or 5 different sizes are inside each other. So that's why this doll is called unique. It's one of a kind. Now today we will learn about what's happening to this traditional, or let's say this folk dolls that came from Russia. Trouble in Toyland. Now, as the title says, trouble, which means they're having difficulty. Let's find out what it is about. Okay, I want you to read with me. Let's start here. Nesting dolls. Nesting dolls, or matryoshka, have told tales of Russia's rich past from more than 100 years. The colorful wooden toys were introduced in Russia in 1890. The figurines are made of smaller and smaller dolls hidden one inside the other. Each is decorated with scenes from Russian folktale, politics, or history. But now the iconic souvenirs are in the danger of becoming history themselves. Like many nations around the world, Russia has experienced money troubles in recent years. In 2010, Prime Minister Vladimir Putin assured Russians that the economy was on the path to recovery. But the country's smaller industries, including nesting dolls business, are still feeling the crunch of the crisis. Demand of the popular dolls, both within and outside the country, has fallen drastically since the global recession began. A dip in the number of tourists, who make up most of the buyers of Russian folk crafts, is taking a toll on the business. Marina Kitakova paints dolls in her home in Sigov Passage, a town near Moscow. In 1999, we were able to buy a car, send one son to university, and our apartment on the money we made from making matryoshka, Kitakova says. She has had to cut her prices and now makes only half of what she used to per doll. Wow, that's a lot of money, right? Imagine, if you earn 100 and you cut it down, it will just give you 50. That's half. Now let's continue. In 2009, the Russian government announced that it would buy 28 million worth of nesting dolls and other Russians' handicrafts to boost the industry. But artists such as Ketakova, who work in the most traditional way, won't see any of that money. The stimulus package is only for the large factories. I love my work, Ketakova says, but if prices continue to fall, it will be useless for me to continue working. Wow. So if you try to imagine what they are experiencing, it's really hard, right? Now let's talk about our word for today, which is figurines. What is figurines? Okay, try to imagine there are different kinds of figurines. We have porcelain figurines, we have rubber figurines, we also have wooden figurines. Now the figurines is something that we use or something that we use as a decoration at home. Most of the figurines nowadays are a form of angels and flowers. Now, the nesting dolls, they're also considered as figurines. Now, for our last part, let's talk about this. In what ways can folk art tell the history of a country? Now, imagine the history or the past events of a country. How can a folk art, like the matryoshka dolls, how can they tell what happened to your country? Very good. We can make simple sentence like this. It shows pictures of the past. Okay, look at your chat window and read it with me, please. It shows pictures of the past. Very good. Imagine a big matryoshka doll showing you a picture. If you open it, it will show you another picture that happened on the next year. If you open it, another picture that will show another year. In that way, it will show a timeline of history, right? Very good. Now, before we end, I want you to think, how do you think we can help keep these dolls alive so that it will not become history, so that it will keep on producing, or let's say it will still be available for people who are interested to buy or interested to collect them? Very good. Okay, let me write down your sentence. Look at your chat window. We can buy them from the smaller makers instead of the factory makers. Very good. Sorry, it's not were, it's supposed to be we. We can buy. Okay, let me correct my sentence. It should be we can buy them from the smaller makers instead of the factory makers. There you go. Okay, well, always remember, we cannot change history, but we can keep history in mind, right? So until our next class, I'll see you again. Bye!